Welcome back to Lviv Ukraine, everybody. We hope you've been enjoying the last 5 weeks of our journey through Ukraine, and it's almost time for us to go on to our next adventure. But we still have some things to share with you about Lviv, so stick around. It's a neat little market here. So it's got a lot of native traditional clothes. The Krajkiwski Market is really a neat little place. It's right near the Opera House. And besides the authentic Ukrainian clothing, Polish clothing, you can find all kinds of artisan items and real paintings made by real artists. And there's also Vladimir Putin toilet paper there. And you may also find some stuff that's Chinese knockoff. So make sure you look for the label and support the local Ukrainian artisans. Really neat art in here.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous paintings. Look at the gray and the red over there.
If we had room, I'd be probably picking one up.
They're beautiful over there.
I love that one with the fountain.
There's something for everybody at the Krakivisky Market, whether you've got a $1 budget or if you're looking at spending several $100s. So come check this market out. Now, as a reminder, as Julie and I travel, we use I Am Global to provide medical coverage in case there's an unforeseen situation where we need that extra medical coverage. So if you're an expat, a global citizen, check out the link in the video description and see if there's a medical insurance policy that's right for you. And I am an agent appointed with I Am Global. So if you do use this link, I will receive a commission, and that would be appreciated. If you have trouble finding the link, please send me an email and I'll be glad to forward it to you. If you regularly follow Julie and I, you know we're traveling with our two dogs, and it takes a lot of work sometimes to make sure that they stay healthy. So we had to go to the vet and also make sure that their rabies vaccinations were up to date. We had some unforeseen situations. Arya was sick, and she had to have a little bit of extra care, and she somehow lost her microchip. Arya's about to get checked out.
Infection disease. No diseases. But I need to make sure they don't have heartworms before I give them medication.
Poor Arya's not happy about that visit. She got some antibiotics and some sort of painkiller. Katie's like, oh no, am I next? So even though Katie's not sick, we're doing the shots for her
Annual rabies vaccine for her EU pet passport.
Yeah, Katie's not impressed with the situation.
She's also going to have a heartworm preventative test to make sure, to make sure she doesn't have it, so we can start her on heartworm prevention.
Worried look of the mom over there. It's okay, Katie. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Her mouth is free again. So we spent quite a bit of time at the vets this day, and the entire total only came to $72.48 equivalent. So needless to say, we were very happy with the vet's office. Now, unfortunately, we did have to come back. Somehow, some way, Arya lost her microchip, and that needed to be replaced. And she needed a rabies vaccine, which we couldn't give because she was ill during the last visit.
Today is July 27th, 2021.
Answer.
Mm-hmm.
So it is American brand. Okay.
Thank you.
The best veterinarian clinic in Lviv. We're gonna go into the Jesuit underground tunnel dungeon. We're gonna see what's down here. There's a lot of neat underground places here in Lviv. Just a burial decoration. The catacombs are under a large church, and the church was actually closed during the Soviet period and used to store books. After its warehouse days, it was reconsecrated and the church reopened in 2011. Down below, in the area where the crypts were, all the bodies were removed. So at this time, there are no active coffins in the area. There is a coffin that is actually down in this area, and it is a little bit spooky to check out, especially when you get a close look at the side where there is a hole. So hopefully whoever was in there is not down here. The coffin is open, so whoever was in there made a run for it. Keep your eyes and ears open, honey. So this is the crypt of the church. Julie, did you want to go over here? Over here.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, let's let up. And there's stuff in here written writing. So you're in the crypt here, honey. What do you think?
It's interesting.
Would you be the crypt keeper?
Yep.
Ooh. Fell on my face, it would serve me right, huh? Go to the light, Julie. Go to the light. Ooh, what's down here? Julie? Can we go this way?
You're supposed to follow the numbers.
As a reminder, Julie and I, we're traveling the world with our 2 dogs. We're trying to see what it's like to live in different countries, and we're focusing on Europe for the next 5 to 10 years. We hope that you'll subscribe and follow along as we try to share our experiences with you and show you our adventures, tourist things, but also the cost of living. So please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to give this video a like. In many of the chambers in the crypt, they'll have educational information about the history of Lviv, and there's a long history, and there's interesting dioramas that they put together showing what Lviv once looked like at different time periods. It's quite the interesting museum and interesting piece of history. So this place is really pretty awesome. Julie is bored to death though, because I think this is like a place where like little boys would just love to come and look at the old swords and the armor, and some of these things are huge, but you know, a kid could come in here and fantasize about what it was like to be back in days of knights in danger, and look at the old crossbows and swords, and you know, really have a strong interest. Julie's just waiting for me to get out of my little boy stage. I wonder if any of these would fit me. I think they were lots smaller back then, but I think I'd look good in one. Then you guys wouldn't have to see me, just see my metal face. Might be an improvement. It's a dinky cannon. I must carry that. Of course, there are many churches in Lviv, and they're typically quite beautiful. So I'm going to encourage you that if you've got the time to explore the city, to poke your head into some of these churches and just be in awe. The Golden Rose Synagogue represents the history of the Jews of this city, where they once numbered over 200,000 and were a third of the population before being killed by the fascists in World War II. So right here where I'm standing is where the Golden Rose Synagogue was, and this is one of the last remaining walls from that synagogue. And on this particular place, hundreds of Jews were burned to death inside of the synagogue. And there's a little park here right now. And it's actually hard to find, which is kind of sad. And looks like it's just a place for people to hang out and drink, unfortunately. If you visit Lviv, I hope you'll take the time to visit the Golden Rose Synagogue and pay reverence to the area and treat it with respect. Unfortunately, I think most people that come to this little square in this little park don't take the time to read what it's about, and they just find it as a place to chill and hang out. And in truth, even if you read the stones and the plaque, it doesn't give the full story of what happened on this location. Lviv is famous for its chocolates, so we had to stop and try these out, much to Julie's chagrin. So this is what this looks like. I'm gonna get half a bite.
Peanuts?
I guess, if that's what it tastes like. Yep, this is what this one looks like.
Okay.
I'm doing it first because in case it's liquid inside, I don't want to watch it go all over Julie. How's that?
Is it a truffle? It's a truffle.
A cognac. Now,
The alcohol is pretty darn good.
now we have a big chunk of the dark chocolate.
It's very good. It's quite delicious. This British couple, they were right here standing, and it reminded me so much of Warren and I, because he's looking and he goes, "Oh my gosh, Lviv handmade chocolates." Oh. And she goes, "No." And he goes, "But it's handmade chocolate." And he's like, she says, "No, maybe tomorrow." And he goes, "Oh."
It's a snapshot of my life.
Although he's sitting here at a chocolate factory, guys.
It's rare, very rare. We've been accumulating. And this is the stuff we brought up from the Berlingo. There's still a big blue and some tubs down there. So we are going to try to downsize again soon, because we are just filling up to the rafters with more and more gear. And we have our 2 dogs. Still got a dog bed there and the cage to go. Of course, that breaks down. Check this out, right in front of our Airbnb, they ran right through this rail. This is where I have to park in a second so we can load, so it's gonna be like an accident scene. But a big old trash truck came right in, right through all this. Crazy, it's our last day here. If we had been just 15 minutes earlier on the packing, we would have been parked there and in this truck's way. So thank God for small miracles. Okay, so we're leaving this accident scene.
What a disaster.
We have a new driver. Katie's taking the wheel. With Katie in charge of where we're going, who knows where we're going to end up. So stick around, stay tuned, and subscribe so you can see where we're going next. We thank you for watching this video. We hope that you found it interesting, informative, and we hope that you'll subscribe, give this video a like, and join us as we travel and try to share our experiences with you. So until next time, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.